Hey everyone, this is Craig with Slash Gear, and with me today is the Acer Aspire ME600. It's one of the company's newer machines running Windows 8. Before we get into the actual tower, I'll quickly show you the mouse and keyboard that come with the machine. First, the mouse. Nothing special. Your typical plastic-lined mouse. 2 buttons, a scroll wheel. Pretty typical. Very cheaply made, I think. If you're a avid computer user, you probably have another mouse that you'll want to use instead. The keyboard, same thing. It's nothing too special, although it is really a sleek design. You have your media keys at the top, volume, play, pause, email, browser, search, and then a nice handy sleep button right there. Other than that, nothing too special going on with the mouse and keyboard. So as far as the tower itself, there's quite a few unique features about this. Obviously you have your front bays, your optical drive, and then another optical drive, a space for another optical drive. This machine only has one drive, but you can add another if you want. And then right below that, this is actually pretty neat. Press that down, a door opens, and out pops a swappable hard drive bay, where you can just plug in a hard drive there. It's not exactly hot swappable, since you have to have the computer off, or it warns you to have the computer off when before you swap it out. But yeah, that's fairly actually unique feature. And then once you have your hard drive in, just close it up and you're good to go. Up top here we have the power button, headphone, microphone jack, SD card slot, 2 USB 2.0 ports, and then 2 more USB 3.0 ports, your status lights, and then another button for the lights on the front, which I'll show you in just a minute. On the back, pretty typical setup. You have your power plug, 2 PS2 ports, one for an old keyboard and one for an old mouse, HDMI, VGA, two more USB 2.0 ports, 2 more USB 3.0 ports. Actually, I scratched it. There's 4 more USB 2.0 ports on the back, Ethernet, and then your audio jacks. One thing you might see missing is a DVI port, which is almost what seems like an oversight for Acer. Excuse me. Most towers usually come with DVI ports. In this case, my monitor thankfully came with both a DVI port and a VGA port, so all I had to do was just bust out my VGA cable that I had laying around in the box, and I was good to go. But that is something to be aware of. No DVI, just a VGA, or HDMI if you want to hook up to TV, or monitor if it has a HDMI port. So that's about it for the exterior of the tower. Okay, so now we're taking a look at the inside of the computer. As you can see, I already took off the side panel, which is nothing more than a couple screws you have to take off, and then you just pull it back a little and it comes right off. Anyway, the inside is your typical mid-tower setup. Nice big CPU fan in the middle. This what looks to be an 80mm case fan. But other than that, there's only 2 fans in the entire computer, which is typical of most OEMs. This one doesn't really contain anything too high power, so cooling really isn't an issue here. But other than that, you have your hard drive mounted sideways, which is nice for easy access. Your hot swappable bay, your optical drive up top. Organization looks fairly decent. Certainly not as clean as what we've seen in, say, Acer's Predator series of their gaming computers. But there's really no complaints for this. So now we have the computer running. Right now it's turned on, ready to go. I'm gonna turn off some of the lights so you can see the lights on the computer on the front. So as you can see, the Acer on the front glows. but when it's not on, it's just a chrome overlay, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal there. Other than that, this hub at the top, there's an LED underglow at the bottom, which is a nice touch. But other than that, the power light comes on, your status light's right here. There's not much to it, but yeah, I'm really liking this underglow. So another thing is noise level. Now, this computer is really quiet, insanely quiet, and I have my handy dandy noise level right here, and as you can see while I'm talking, it's measuring around 60 to 70 decibels. And your average quiet house is about 40 decibels. So I'm going to put it next to the tower and see what we get here. So it averages around 52, 53 decibels. Now this specific build comes with an Intel Core i5 clocked at 3 gigahertz, has 8 gigs of RAM, a 1 terabyte hard drive, Intel HD 2500 integrated graphics. So it's not going to be a gaming computer, mostly meant for everyday use. But other than that, as far as price goes, this specific model will cost you just a little over $500. Acer doesn't sell them directly, so you can search around for a price on Newegg, Tiger Direct, Amazon, what have you. So yeah, this is the Acer Aspire ME600. Thanks.